Remakes, a trend every single entertainment industry from movies to video games are following currently. It's almost like they're playing a game of remember this? I mean, look at all the remakes that have been released in the past 10 years by Disney alone. Ah, that's hot. It just feels like there's a new remake every single day, and it's just like, maybe just like, don't, but also do. Hear me out. I truly do believe that remakes do not work for movies whatsoever. I mean, like, look at this, dude. What, like, why? This is trash. This is really bad. Video game remakes, on the other hand, have been very well received, and I mean, very well received. The question is though, why do we prefer video game remakes over movie remakes when they both have the same basic idea and aim for the same result? That is the question we are attempting to answer, my friends, and here is me as a child. So it's really important for all of us to be on the same page for this video, so I'm going to explain the difference between a remaster and a remake because they are very different things. Let's start with what a remaster is, and pay attention because I will be quizzing you later. This is not a joke. I'm gonna quiz you. Pay attention. A remaster is a movie or video game that gives you the same experience as the original, but with better features such as a better audio or better visuals. For movies, they'll change like a VFX shot here and there, or you know, they'll change Mr. Old Man Jenkins over here to Mr. Hubba Hubba in the future releases. For video games, it's the same premise. Character models are changed or enhanced, visuals are better, and the audio sounds better, obviously, la-di-da, and the gameplay is essentially the same. Nothing changes. Gears of War is a great example. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference. Holy shit, this is really good. But, and I say this with all of my heart, this bad boy right here is the best remaster to ever exist. No cap. That was really cringy, I'm so sorry. That wasn't even in the script, that just felt natural. This is a collection of all of the first 4 Halo games, all remastered, and it's beautiful. Part 1 and 2 in this remastered collection have this really cool feature where you can just press a button and you can switch between the remaster and the original game in its original format. And it's really cool seeing what they changed, and oh, dude, it's so cool, man. And I'm just gonna admit it, okay? Yeah, I named my firstborn baby after this game, okay? Here's a picture of Halo the Master Chief Collection. Isn't he so freaking cute? Okay, so what makes something a remake? Well, a remake is a reimagining of the original story while also attempting to keep the original spirit alive. So like the 10 Disney remakes I showed you guys, or these 2 bad boys right here. So now that we all know the difference, a remake, no matter what, whether it's a movie or a video game, has to keep the original spirit of the original source alive, while also making it different enough to offer a new experience. In dumber terms, we tell a story, keep spirit alive, okay? That we don't care if you decide to tell a new story with Dumbo, okay? Just keep the mouse in it. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Did somebody hit me with a segue or something, or? So why don't remakes work for movies? AKA, why are they always met with backlash and or harsh criticisms? Let's look at one movie to help me with this discussion. The movie that broke my heart. Dumbo. If you're not familiar with Dumbo, let me tell you about it. First things first, let me remove my glasses. In the original, a stork delivers a baby to a mama elephant named Jumbo. And Mama Jumbo names the baby Jumbo Jr. But guess what? Jumbo Jr. has super large ears and he looks really goddamn cute. Now we think it's cute, but everybody in this world does not think that. In fact, they think his ears make him look so dumb, why they name him Dumbo. Thus the movie title. They all massacred this poor baby elephant's career, except for one character, Timothy the Mouse. Timothy's a real one, alright? He's really dope. He is by Dumbo's side for the entirety of the movie. We get this very sad scene, and then immediately afterwards, Dumbo and Timothy get freaking lit off of champagne, baby. Let's go! Then they hallucinate pink elephants because they're that turned up, brother, alright? And then they wake up in a tree. A tree. A tree. And then they bump into, and they teach Dumbo and Timothy how to fly. And then bada bing, bada boom, Dumbo's flying happily ever after. The end. Timothy is Dumbo's manager, by the way. Should mention that. The remake, on the other hand, is nothing like this movie. And I do want to mention that it is a remake, so they don't have to really follow the same story, but it very much clearly does not care for the original movie. Remember Timothy, the dope mouse? Yeah, he's not a main character in this movie. In fact, he's actually a cameo, and his role is filled in by these two. And then there's like a dad and Danny DeVito, and the movie is about animal cruelty, and it's like, why? The original movie was about loving yourself no matter what people say. Like, what was the point of changing the message? It's just, I only saw the movie once, okay? They'd go through some family drama. I don't remember it because it was that useless to me. And this tends to be something that most movie remakes do. They just use characters from the original story to create a new story instead of using the original as a roadmap to create something better. And to add upon that, sometimes movie remakes even use the original a little too much, to the point where they just make the same exact story and it feels more like a remaster. Look at Lion King, for example. It's literally the same movie, except they look more real. Whoop-de-doo. These models are so real looking that it kind of takes away from a lot of the emotional weight in this movie. How am I supposed to relate to this emotionless, dead-faced, poor excuse of a cartoon lion? Send this one back to the chef, please. Thank you. We also have to take into consideration the thugs at the top of these movie studios. These executives sometimes force these choices onto these filmmakers that sometimes ultimately ruin the movie. Either that or they'll have no faith in their remake and cast big names just to draw an audience in, just like Lion King with Beyonce. Hollywood is just a cash cow and these remakes are clearly cash grabs. Segue. Recently, there has been a huge boom in video game remakes, and almost every single one has been met with critical acclaim and huge amounts of love from fans. And we have Resident Evil 2 to thank for that. You see, remakes aren't exactly a new thing for video games. I mean, look at Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo DS. Okay, maybe it doesn't look better, but you can play with Fart Man and play cards with Funny Green Man. And that was in 2004. So again, remakes aren't exactly a new thing for video games. But funnily enough, much like how Resident Evil 4 revolutionized the gaming industry, Resident Evil 2 revolutionized the gaming industry as well, but with remakes. RE2 is essentially a whole new game that uses the same story as the original, but when you put both games side by side, the difference is noticed immediately. The remake features an over-the-shoulder camera, while the original features a fixed camera. With the over-the-shoulder camera, it allowed for the developers to recreate these levels and create new scares. This remake was loved by everybody. Even if you didn't play Resident Evil 2, you probably really wanted to because the hype around it when it came out was so huge. So we come back to the question, why are these remakes so overwhelmingly loved compared to movie remakes? Well, first, it boils down to the people making these remakes. For films, there are so many people working on one film that it's very possible that almost everybody on that job and or even half of the people aren't exactly fans of the original. And even if everybody on that one film actually love the original, those at the top who have final say on what to do might not be fans. So when they say do this, filmmaker do that, because then no job. And as I said before, Hollywood is a cash cow, so most of the time, most of the people on these remakes are in it for the money. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen with video games. Woo! My bad. In the gaming world, everybody working on these games tend to be huge fans of the original. I mean, look at EA, for example. Despite messing up big time, they decided to trust these new developers with this new project. And now look at them, they're getting rave reviews for this game, man. And just to showcase how much of fans they are, they also realize that they aren't the only fans out there. Throughout their process creating this game, they asked fans to give them notes while creating this game, and then they will read those notes and fix the game accordingly. And I believe they even had a room with the original game in it, and they would play it consistently. These games are made by fans, and that is consistently felt throughout these hours of gameplay. And I also think this has a huge part to play in this, that video games have to be good because shitty video games are easier to spot than movie video games, since video games have to keep your attention for more than 8 hours. They take so much more of your time. So if it's a good game, then that time is very well received. Video games are dope, man. I swear to God. Oh my God. Sorry, I thought I saw a segue or something. Oh, wow. So how does the film industry move forward when it comes to remakes? Well, for starters, only remake movies that actually need a remake. Pinocchio doesn't need a remake, and again, Lion King doesn't need a remake. This is repulsive. Just realized I only really know about Disney remakes. Aladdin, no need. Dumbo, yeah, okay, that makes sense because of these dudes, but like, you know, not whatever this was. Beauty and the Beast? No, it's a great film on its own. You see, video game remakes thrive because although these games are really good, their potential is held back due to the lack of technology at the time. Beauty and the Beast, on the other hand, is a phenomenal film and is the only animated film out of 3 in all of Oscar history to be nominated for Best Feature. What has to be remade about that? And then they have the audacity to give us this. What is that, bro? That's disgusting. Josh Gad and this dude killed it though, I won't even lie. Gaston is a pretty good song in this one. Next, once Hollywood decides on a movie to remake, just keep the original spirit alive. Use it as a roadmap to help you make a better freaking movie. And finally, hire people who care about the movie. Well, that's the video, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for your time. Seriously, it means a lot to me. Also, what's the difference between a remaster and a remake? Tell me right now. I told you I was going to quiz you. You should have paid attention. No, you can't scroll back now. Answer the question. Answer the question right now. Oh, you're running out of time, dude. You're running out of time. You're going to die. You're going to die if you don't answer this question. Dude, I told you to remember, dude. I told you I was gonna quiz you. If you don't answer, you're gonna die, dude. Answer the question, dude. Answer the question, dude.